visual text.
Yep. Excellent questions. And so
investment in Scarborough area.
Beautiful spot. How are you? Scarborough Association of Wave.
Oh, no, you're here.
All right.
Okay. Thank you for coming and spend the time with us.
Dan, you?
Dan, and remind me, Dan, what kind of work are you?
With the
It's treating you well? Yeah. Good. Good to see you.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you coming this afternoon. Actually, on behalf of, I'm the president of the Scarborough York Region Chinese Business Association. My name is Johnny So. And on behalf of the board, we are most welcome that actually Tim Hodak can take a busy schedule, can spend a day with us in the Scarborough area. I mean, being an association for 30 years in Scarborough area, so we have actually a lot of self-employed business owner and professional. And with nowadays the economic situation and the Ontario policy, I think we have a lot of members, maybe even our directors, they like to express their concern on what's the future like. I mean, we're looking for the future, right? Everything. Oh, sorry. Okay. So that's why it's our pleasure that we can take this today, this afternoon. We can share some view or some thought that what you're going to do, or when you have a chance to be the position in the office and what you can help us to do. So we will take this opportunity and to express our concern. So now, we open on the market. I mean, we open on the floor first and see. We would like to start with some question, or maybe you can.
Yeah. Let me just first of all say to Johnny So. I mean, want to thank Johnny very much for his strong and able leadership as president of the Scarborough York Region Chinese Business Association. He's been a great source of advice to me. Had me out at many events, show me around, many familiar faces here around the table as well. So good to see you again. And thank you for taking the time, because I know how busy everybody's schedule is as well. And thanks for hosting us at Star Walk, by the way. A beautiful restaurant. We look forward to coming back and enjoying that. The renovation looks fantastic. So congratulations, and thank you to the people that you hire and that you entertain here in Scarborough too. And I want to also just congratulate the Scarborough York Region Chinese Business Association on the 30th anniversary. I know there's a big celebration coming up this Saturday. I know it'll be a great success for you, Johnny. So congratulations. 30 years of hard work for Chinese Canadians and people that live in Scarborough and York Region for the vibrant businesses that you've created and the people that you've employed. I'll just give a quick introduction to the two gentlemen on my left who are PC candidates in the area. Shante Apparent is our member for Markham Unionville. He's also a small businessman, real estate background, and real proud to have him on our team. He understands small business, he understands the economic climate and how we need to turn things around to help small business create jobs again. And beside him, Farid Wasif. Farid's our candidate for Oak Ridge's Markham in York Region. And Farid as well, small business background. He's a pharmacist, runs a family-owned successful pharmacy north of Toronto, and also somebody who understands that we need to take a different path in our province, one that's going to actually focus on job creation and helping small business succeed. My last comment I'll make to you too, and I know Shan Farid shared this with me, small business is the backbone of our province. It's where many of us get our first job. You're very generous sponsors of local cultural groups, of good charities and sports teams. You make the province go around. And if we want to have a healthy, thriving province of Ontario, we have to have a healthy, thriving small business sector. And if small business gets strangled by higher taxes, more expensive energy, more red tape, more runaround, well, that's bad news for our province. If we want to get our province out of debt, back on its feet and creating jobs, we do so by helping small business succeed, to invest in your business and to hire more people. So I'd like your advice on exactly how to do that, particularly with focus on the extraordinarily vibrant, proud, and strong Chinese Canadian community that we have here in the province of Ontario. a work ethic that is the envy of the world, and highly entrepreneurial investments in the province. I want to see how we can do more of it and help you to succeed. So I'd love to talk about taxes, the government's role in creating a lot of red tape that slows you down. I'm concerned about energy prices that are slowing businesses down. Certainly got to make sure our neighborhoods are safe for your customers and business to succeed. And fifth, we got a lot of gridlock in Toronto and in the region. So how do we actually break gridlock? I think world-class cities build underground. They build subways. I know that's a big issue here in Scarborough and in the York region as well. So if you have any thoughts you want to share on what we can do in transit to help you yourselves, your workers, and customers get to business, get around shopping, and get to spend time with the families instead of stuck in cars, I'd be glad to talk about that as well. Anyway, I'll leave it at that, Johnny, but thank you very much for the time to say a few words.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
So now, if you support the wage freeze, what do you think and how this will help the transport?
Yeah. And RPM, by the way, from my office, is here after a firefighter for a minimum of 2 years. And I'll tell you why we're calling for that. Ontario's heading for a $30 billion deficit. Can't run government on a credit card. And I'll give you one example of why this is so serious, that money we've already borrowed. So that's why we need to actually get back. Understanding would buy in if they knew that, and government spending needs to reflect what's happening in the private sector. The money for government doesn't come out of thin air, it comes out of your pockets and those of your employees. But we've seen government spending go way beyond what's happening in the private sector. Employees and co-workers have not had a 46% pay increase. So part of our plan is to make sure. Does that make sense? That's what the record lows. Now you folks are too young to remember. It wasn't that long ago that we had double-digit interest rates. People had mortgages of 18, 20% plus, right? Interest rates are at record lows. They're going to go up sooner or later. And so here's what's at stake. If interest rates go up 1%, just 1%, and we know what's going to happen, that's going to cause an increased cost of $500 million on money we've already borrowed and spent. $500 million, big number. So what does that mean? $500 million could pay for 250,000 MRI scans. And I bet everybody in this room has had a loved one, a family member who waited too long for an MRI or a CT or for a needed surgery. So we don't get our house in order, that's what's at stake. Interest rates rise, you're looking at fewer healthcare services, less money for our kids in schools, or higher taxes. And that's why job number one, if you actually want to support small business, is to get government spending under control and balance the books. Because who's going to invest in a province that has a debt problem that will have to increase taxes down the road if they don't straighten out the mess? Who's investing in Greece these days? The second aspect of the question is, do I believe in tax relief? The answer is yes. And if it's okay with you, John, I'll ask people around the room what their view is on this. If you want to get out of a hole, like the deficit we're in, the first rule is you stop digging. So no more new spending programs, that's why we need a wage freeze. But you can't just cut your way out of prosperity, you need to grow the economy too. And I just believe that if you reduce taxes, that people then will spend it in the local economy. They could come into the restaurant, get a few more dollars in their pockets, a business would invest in new equipment, hire again. People might go on a vacation down to Niagara, right? Spend a few dollars there. So if we want to get our economy moving, we need to show that we can get our fiscal house in order, but we also need to reduce taxes. There's lots of taxes out there that you could reduce, but the bottom line is I believe that tax cuts create jobs. So let me throw three ideas out there. You could reduce the rate of the HST, and that means people would have more money to spend. You could reduce income taxes, and that way you're rewarding hard work. People will have more money in their paychecks at the end of the week or the end of the month. Or the third thing is you could reduce business taxes, and businesses then would have an incentive to expand their business, to add on a new line, a new product, to hire more people. There are other taxes that are out there you could reduce, but the three that I think will have the greatest economic benefit are either sales taxes, income taxes, or business taxes. What do you think in terms of